following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Jim in Palm Harbor. Hey, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Doing great, man. How you been?
Oh, great. I really appreciate you and Tommy. You do a great job, great work, and I really appreciate it. I watch you every day.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, man. Let's go to Sylvia in Tampa. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing?
Hey, Tom. Good morning. Thank you so much for taking my call. I want to tell you thank you so much for the advice you gave me on dust yesterday. I exited when you told me, and I made a healthy profit for a very short period. So thank you.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Cultivate wisdom. You don't need to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 109, NASDAQ down 58, S&P's down 19.5, gold contract down $5.90, trading at $1347.40, silver flat, $17.24. Light sweet crude down 32 cents, $68.15 a barrel. Notes and bonds. You get the 10-year note down 10 ticks, 119.26. 30-year bond off a full point, plus 7 ticks, 143.23. King dollar's up 303 ticks, trading 89.650. The euro is at 123.46 to 1 US dollar. Yen is at 107.40 to 1 US dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? So if we go over to the SPY first, what you're going to see is that we've been up all week on light volume. Now what you have, folks, is guess what? You just back down with light volume. We're backing into 63 million shares as well as 64 million. You've done 45. That's saying we're going to do about 60. With that setting up, it looks to me like it's setting up. This thing's going to make another, probably try to make another run for the high of yesterday, which is 271.30. We're going to take a look at the E-minis as we're coming into the close out here. What you're going to see inside the E-mini futures is that we got into a low out here today. Let me pull this back. You get into a low out here today at, let's see, 130. That low was generated out here at 26.81. Right now you're at 26.91, and you get some juice coming in on this bar. So what we have here, the last two bars, you had some juice into them. 26.92 is game. Once you get into 26.92, this thing can go all the way up right to 26.95 pretty quickly. So what you'd have there is that you'd have a rejection of lower price coming into the close, which totally makes sense. Why? Because you're coming into option and expiration. You're coming into Friday. Bottom line, you have 3 days up. More than likely, this thing's going to go sideways. Going into the highs of yesterday again. Now, that being said, I don't expect we're not going to blow those things away, because what you do have is that you have the downdraft from the 22nd of March as well as the downdraft from the 5th of February going into, and it's a monster number that you're going into. Now, notes and bonds. Notes and bonds, folks, they had wide price spread yesterday, wide price spread today, have volume, yet the volume is contracting in a very large way as to what we're going into. So as we come into this close today, that note and bond market, keep your eye on it. Thus far, the 30 has come back almost 23 ticks, which is quite a bit. That comes back a little bit more. That's going to be rejection of lower price. It's going right into its strength, has tremendously lighter volume. King dollar. Let's go over to King dollar. So Good old King Dollar is going to try to make it to the swing point once again. So what we have out here is this. You have 23,000 contracts right now, which, by the way, is pretty good contract volume. We are going into 23,614. Now, that is where it failed again last week, which is really wild because it had some volume there. Most times it's that when you're coming into a swing point, you're expanding volume when you're coming into the swing point. Most times you're going to at least hit the swing point. In this particular case, it just couldn't handle it. So today is going to be really intriguing. The reason being is this. We have about the same amount of volume. The price, 89,675, we got over it. And if you close under it, it's like, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, on a long-term basis, but I'm bearish in a big way. This is an ABC down to 83,330. And if this can't make it today, it's going to be like pretty amazing. I expect actually that it will, and this is why. Because we're coming into a Friday. It'll have the shot to get up and into that level. If we don't, hey, listen, guess what? Bottom line is that is showing once again exactly how many sellers there are and how weak that dollar is. Some of the high volume stocks out here today, and it is a low volume market. You get Philip Morris, that's getting smoked. That's down $15. You get Apple down $4.60. You get Applied Materials down $3.78. You get Intel off $1.44. Big numbers on the way down. The SMHs, we go take a look at the SMHs, what you're going to see in the SMHs. This is down with volume. Very well, we'll see whether it's going to be an ABC structure on the way down. It's coming down with a lot of volume. 13.5 million, you're going into 6.9. What you do have, the leader on the way down is Lam Research, LRCX. What you're going to see with Lam Research also barreling down. In fact, this was barreling down yesterday, too. Your B point on this is 189.09. And you've broken it and you have volume. So you get an ABC structure on the way down. Your A point is 234. Your B point is 189. So what do we get? 44 points. Your C point is 212. So you're dealing with about 170. You get a high volume low out there at 156. And if you want to see a range, folks, this is like a brutal range inside those SMHs. Well, inside the semis in general. Lam Research, the range in Lam Research is 219 to 156. I'm not even taking the high of 234. That is one heck of a range, man. Big, big numbers. AMAT, Applied Materials, also big time, blowing out a B point with volume. B point on this is 51.92. 15 million shares, already blew it away with 19 million. Your A point up here is 62. Your B point is 51, so you got $11. Your C is 58, which gets you $77. You get, $47. And you get the high volume low out here at 45. These things are a mess. And guess what? They're breaking swings, breaking them with volume. ABC structures on the way down. That's setting up that this market wants lower price. I suspect we'll bounce first tomorrow, not the SMHs, but then you're going south big time.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow traded down 124, Nasdaq's off 60, S&Ps are off 20. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Andy Hecht, as we do every Tuesday and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, Andy has a great show here at TFNN every Tuesday, Thursday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. You can get that right on TFNN. You go to Tiger TV. You can go to YouTube, hit TFNN in the search bar, subscribe. It's free. Every program comes right up in your cell phone. Pretty cool. Now, Andy also has 2 great newsletters. The way you get them, you come over to our website at TFNN. You go to newsletters. For the Daily Essentials, which is a daily newsletter, go to Daily Newsletters. For his Technomental Commodity Report, which is his investment newsletters, go to Investment Newsletters. Andy Hecht, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, man. Hey, so how did your hockey team do? Did you win?
Oh, we swept.
You know, it's hard to comprehend. Right before you get on, I was on the website. I'm trying to figure it out. You swept 4.
We swept the Kings.
4 just straight. Like that. Wow, that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
4 straight.
Yeah.
And all 1-goal games.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it was really good hockey. So now we go on. We're going to play the San Jose Sharks.
Now, town must be excited.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
Totally.
It's exciting. Me, I'm battling a cold here.
A cold in Las Vegas, Nevada.
It's cold. It's cold outside here. It was 47 degrees last night.
47 degrees.
I don't get this weather.
Wow.
Crazy. It's gonna be 80 on Saturday. I'll go bake in the sun and bake this cold
Get that
out
cold out rid of it. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm drinking my orange juice.
Okay. Yeah.
Florida orange juice.
I love it.
Hey, so let's talk about natural gas.
Natural gas. Yep. They come out this morning with numbers that popped and then gave it up again.
Well, the numbers, first of all, we started the withdrawal season a week early this year.
Yeah.
The withdrawal season should have been over 3 weeks ago, but it continues. And today, the EIA told us we got a withdrawal of 36 BCF. I was expecting 20 BCF, so this is kind of bigger than I had expected.
Okay.
I think a lot of the market expected. But this thing can't hold price.
It can't.
I mean, you know, we got up to what, 279? We made another lower high. And now we're coming off. But it's still cold. It was snowing in Boston this morning. So we might even get another draw next week.
Listen, we get a call at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 11 show, right? One of our Tigers in New Hampshire. He said to me that, he says it just stopped snowing.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're like, we should be having 50, 60 BCF injections at this time of the year. We're not.
Yeah.
And we're down below 1.3 trillion. This is a pretty low number. And if we get a hot summer, because we're using a lot of natural gas instead of coal to fire electricity plants.
Right.
But I don't know what the market's looking at here. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well,
really.
Evidently we have a lot of gas.
We do have a lot of gas, but it's not making its way into storage. You can only use it when it's in storage. So the bottom line is the market seems confident they're gonna build up the storage really quickly.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt.
See. So we're back down. Support is 6.6 cents below where we're trading right now.
I'm telling you.
So meanwhile, we got our move in silver yesterday.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
see
for
silver.
sure.
I want to see silver stick above $17. Very important.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, man, it looks to me like it's on the way to 18. I mean, this is a pretty intense move. Now the flip out is, of course, gold didn't move, right? It's like,
right. Well,
you're gonna
gold
be
has
kidding me.
been moving,
No,
gold
it has. It has,
moved.
right.
Right. So silver, I think 18.16 is the big level. 1778.5, there's going to be some minor resistance. 18.16 key level, we get above there. Watch out.
I like it. Let's put this on a continuous basis. They were buying heavily, folks.
They were covering shorts.
Evidently, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this up now because I want to see the way this is set up right now. I want to see if we broke this yet. Oh, look, we're right at it. Unreal.
Yeah.
So where we're at, folks, if you're watching this, I put a continuous contract up. And you have a trend line that's laid out there from $18.65. And we break that trend line, we get action. That'll be like $21 silver.
Right.
And we're right at it. With that trend line is $17.42. So I suspect we're going to break it.
Yeah, I think we are.
Oh, yeah, no, I do too. I think we're going to 18. What I'd like to do is break it with conviction, and that's like just a big wide price spread and you get volume behind it. And we've had volume both days. I mean, if we break this tomorrow, it would be awesome. It would be amazing,
Yeah, Friday,
actually.
crazy Friday.
Yep.
Now, let's take a look at gold. Gold's $30 below its technical breakout level.
Yeah.
That's the July 2016 high. Silver, that level's up at 21.09.
Right.
So we're way below, we're $4 below that number.
Yeah.
So, hey, silver got a lot of catching up to do.
No, it does. That's interesting you say it like that. Yeah, it does. And, bottom line is that the longer that we stay up at this 1350, 1345 area,
it's going to make a move.
The more probability is that, one, you're going to go test the 1375 from the 25th of January, and, we'll see whether we can bust it. The powerful thing and the real positive thing here, folks, is that when we did go up the week of April 11th, actually, that has monster volume. So that's going to get tested. That's 1369.40 in the June contract. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And look at what oil's telling us.
I agree. There's no doubt,
There's evidence.
Is oil the first commodity that took off and like spades? It did take off in spades, that's for sure.
Well, you know what? Take a look at lumber. That thing makes a new record high every day now. 552.20 today. Take a look at that chart since September 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. So and lumber is not a trading commodity, folks. It's a commodity that you watch for a bellwether for the industrials. Lumber is just on fire. So I like to look at copper, I like to look at lumber, I like to look at oil.
Yeah.
And that tells me a lot about, construction and the economy, the global economy. And the bottom line is these things are all telling me that gold is going higher.
Yeah, and well, until this morning, I mean, what you had yesterday, just about every commodity was going higher, and they're going higher big. Now it's going to get intriguing because the dollar caught a bid again today. So it's like, okay, man, we're coming into Friday. We know that can be rough. We'll see if the dollar can hang tough here.
The dollar caught a bid, but what is it, up 300 points?
Oh, yeah, it's not a lot. And it doesn't mean what happens here, folks, is that It doesn't mean it's going to hold coming into the close, because it did this on April 12th too. It's like,
Right,
okay,
right.
and then just gave it up.
The dollar caught a bid, because look what happened to the bonds today.
Yeah, that's right.
They croaked the bonds.
They did, but that's not over yet either. Right now is where the bonds, the 30-year, already come back 24 points. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, the bottom line is the dollar index. If you take a step back from the day trading and you look at it on over a longer period of time, the dollar is near the lows here.
No, and the dollar is a confirmed ABC structure on the way down to me. Stay right there, folks. Andy and I are going to be coming right back. We're going to be talking markets. We're going to be talking commodities. Dow Industrials right now down 135. Nasdaq's off 62. S&Ps are down 21. Coming right back, folks.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Would you like exposure to the foreign currency markets without any downside risk to your principal? Then consider the Petro Currencies Market Safe CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD leverages the performance of 4 equally weighted currencies from these top oil-producing countries: Brazil, Canada, Mexico, and Russia. This CD features a 200% leverage factor, which means that your potential upside payment will be double the currency's average performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And if the returns are negative, your principal's 100% protected. Returns are based on CD performance with no correlation to the price of oil, and there is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. The April 19th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA FSB, member FDIC.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Andy Heck, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling a problem with us. Dow right now down 147. Nasdaq's off 68. S&Ps are off 22. We take a look at a few of the commodities out here. Aluminum just won't stop. You got aluminum up another 5.5%, trading at $25.37 a ton. Nickel, same deal, up 7.5%, 15,275. Those moves are phenomenal, Andy.
Things are screaming. It's interesting, Tom. What we've seen over the last week or so, we've seen big upward momentum in a lot of these commodities that got forced down because of the tariffs issue. Aluminum was one of them. Iron ore steel, another one. Palladium, because the catalytic converters were on there. Palladium got down to 890. We're back at 1,020.
Right. Well, what happened there? You had the TAFs first, but the TAFs brought things lower. It seems to me the deal about going higher. This has to do that the large Russian companies, when we put the kibosh on doing business with a few of them, like Russell owns 8% of the whole aluminum business in the world.
Right. Right, and they're
what,
also the biggest nickel producers.
Right, so that's what got this baby going in a huge way, because guess what? Bottom line, they're out of the market, folks. Well, they're out of the market for the U.S. anyway.
Well, not for China, and China's where all the demand goes.
That's right, that's right.
So,
no doubt, no doubt.
Copper's looking interesting. I like the volatility we're seeing in the copper market here, but, you know, it's kind of upward volatility. We got up today to almost 320 again, very quietly, and we came back off, but this thing's making higher lows, and this thing did not violate its pattern of higher lows and higher highs that's been in place since January 2016. So I kind of like the way this thing is looking. And, you know, I look at oil. It's telling me, hey, oil's going to $70 a barrel. Pretty much no question about it. We might get a little bit of a pullback here. But the processing spreads stay strong. The Brent premium is moving up. That's bullish. And that's telling me that copper's going to go up, too.
Yeah, no, I can see that oil at 75, man. It's like so wild, but guess what?
Tom, there's so much blue sky in this oil market technically here. You know, we were talking about that Tuesday. If we look at a monthly chart, you know, the next level of real serious resistance is up at like $107.73.
Right, and folks, because this is what happens there, is that as Andy and I were talking, we were on Tuesday, because it came down so fast in 2014, it went from $107 down to $45 in 6 months. Then it bounced for 3 months, then went down to $28. Isn't it hard to comprehend that oil is at $28 a barrel?
26.05.
My God.
26.05 was the low. And by the way, you know, the bottom line here is that the Middle East is the most turbulent region in the world. It's got more than half the world's oil reserves. And right now, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Iranians want to expunge each other from the face of the earth. And the bottom line there is that opens this up to potential price spikes in the nearby. So I could see crude oil nearby go to $100 a barrel very quickly if there's some violence there that impacts either production, refining, or logistical routes in the region. Let's not forget, the blockade of Qatar continues. You know, you have a proxy war in Yemen. You have missiles being lobbed into Saudi sovereign territory. This is all very bullish for crude oil.
Yeah, no doubt. And we have demand, right? I mean, the economy is going well.
And you have huge demand.
Right.
I mean, look at the stock numbers this week, the inventory numbers this week. You had draws in everything, in oil, in gasoline, and in distillates from both the API and the EIA. That's very bullish, Tom.
And this is before driving season.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, I think that there's a good possibility we could see the wholesale price of gasoline at $3 a gallon, which will make it like $4.50 at the pump this summer.
Heavy, man. We haven't had that for a long time. That's when all of a sudden your tank is costing $80 to $100 to fill up again, folks.
Exactly, and you know what? It kind of erases for the consumer. It erases the effect of the tax cuts.
Well,
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be intriguing to see, you know, what it does to the marketplace, you know, because, you know, the XLE has been a disaster. It finally came off the bottom because oil's gone so dramatically higher. You know, we'll see what it
But
shakes.
if you pick and choose certain stocks, like let's look at Valero. I mean, that thing has been a screamer, and that thing is just reflecting the crack spread.
Look at that.
You know,
wow.
It's very interesting. You got these crack spreads, Tom.
Yeah.
They're at the same level they were at last year, but crude oil is $15 per barrel higher. So the bottom line is that they really kept pace, and that's, you know, that's very, very bullish for oil, I think.
Right. Wow, look at that. So,
Valero, I mean, we're traded up to $110, right?
You know, it's interesting here, man. This is an ABC up on a monthly basis, and it's going to have the volume. Let me just do this for a second. So you get 60.
By the way, it's still a cheap stock. Look at the PE on this stock.
Yeah, you get, is that 60? Yeah, it's $40, man. This is saying Well, it's only $10 away. It's saying 120's on the horizon.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
Only 10% move. By the way, take another look at another one. Another refining stock here, but in a different commodity. Take a look at Archer Daniels Midland and look at what that's done recently. You know, back I was writing about that stock a lot in my technical commodity report back a couple of months ago. It was below $40. This thing is really done very well, Archer Daniels Midland.
Yeah, so we're at 45.92 right now. The low for the year is 38. The high is today, 46.
Right. And I think this thing could get up to $50 a share. Pays a nice dividend, and it's got a pretty low price-to-earnings ratio.
Yeah, and so this was pretty cool here.
It's agriculture, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Feed the world.
Exactly. So this is I believe it's one of the largest processors, transport, storage, all of it, right?
And ethanol too, baby. Make a lot of ethanol from corn, ADM. And you know what? With gasoline going up, it's dragging that ethanol and corn with it.
Yeah.
And farmers are going to plant less corn this year than they did last year. They're going to plant more soybeans because soybeans are more expensive in the new crop. So you got a lot going for corn here, and that's very positive for ADM, for Bunge, you know, for these agricultural processing companies.
So right now we're at $3.91 a bushel in corn.
That's in which month? In July?
July, yeah.
Right. The one to look at really, Tom, is the December, because that's the new crop.
Okay.
That's the stuff that's going into the ground right now. And
that's not liquid, though.
It's not as liquid. It's not as liquid a trading sardine, but it's where the farmers are going to do their hedging.
Okay.
So, you know, we want to keep an eye on that. That corn-bean spread, that ratio, is up at around 2.56 to 1. Let me put a chart of that up here.
Okay, cool, yeah.
So we can talk about that a little bit. What I'm doing is I'm taking the price of November soybeans and I'm dividing it by the price of December corn. Those are the new crops. We're up at 2.56 to 1, 2.56 bushels of corn value in each bushel of soybean value. But if I look back at the long term here, you'll see that the average is about 2.4 to 1. So soybeans are expensive relative to corn, and farmers are going to plant more beans. That means less corn. That means higher corn prices. In a nutshell.
Gotta love it. Listen, folks, right here, 5 o'clock tonight, I'm Mr. Andy Heck. He's going to be out there growling a problem with you. Check out his newsletters by coming over to our website at TFNN. He's got the Daily Essentials, which is the daily newsletter. He's got the Technical Commodity Report. They both come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Andy, we got to get you better. Got to send some good white light. That's a good cold, man. Look forward to the show.
See you later.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 50. NASDAQ is off 46. S&Ps are down 13. And you want to see a spike, folks, this is about as cool as you get. So, inside the S&Ps, bottom line, what do we have out here? Let's get this into 10 minutes so you can see what's happening. Right when I was just talking with Andy, right at the very end there, you got to love it. 26.86 to 26.99, folks. One spike. They bought 89,000 contracts inside the E-minis, spiked the E-minis 12 points. How's that? Bottom line is that this baby wants to go up and try to test the highs of yesterday, more than likely tomorrow, and we have option expiration, folks. That in itself, that was quite a trade, no doubt. That's, I suspect, when you get something like that. So watch what happens when you get something like that. It's pretty cool, actually. So if you take a look at the SPY just went from a price point of 268.21 to 269.47. Well, what happens the day before option expiration, especially when you're down like this, those options in the pennies. That's the real bottom line. So you have players in general, meaning traders in general. I suspect what that one there is, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they had all the options laid out across the board. Let's go into the Qs first. And then you get what you do is you buy the option first. You buy the strikes in the option that you're looking for, and then the monster comes in and pushes it in the futures market, and you already have your sellout inside the option market. You got to love it, because the Qs just went, they went up 80 cents. Big number. That's, not huge, but guess what? In a split second, and the day before option expiration, when these things are in the pennies, that's where you can really get down and make some very quick, fast trades. These would be, and by the way, this is the Goldmans of the world, the big hedge funds of the world, because in order to buy that many contracts, of course, that's millions and millions of dollars. What did I say? Was it 86,000 just done there? 1 second, let me see this again. So we did, 90,000, 89,651, big numbers. And if it's a bank, they don't even have margin, so they don't even have to worry about it. You and I would have to put up basically about 6,000 a pop. The first one's 6,300, after that's 5,800, but you can bring that down dramatically if you have a portfolio margin deal. But guess what? That's still a huge amount of money. Pretty wild. Let's go take a look at some of the. Let's go look at the Philip Morris. Philip Morris is getting smoked, literally. The good news is that they're not selling as many cigarettes, not killing as many people. And so this baby today comes down 15%. You're at 85.64. So you're back to trading where we were in 2012. That's quite a trip. And we'll see whether right now, it's going to need a lot more. Let's see, 128 million. Yeah, we'll do it. We have plenty of trading days left. So it is coming into the swing low of $75 with volume. Last time we were down there, it had 128 million on the monthly. We've done 41 million today. This is going to go after it, and we'll see how it handles. This thing can go to 62 pretty easily. Let me bring this back further. Yeah, 62 is game. This is still paying a 5% dividend, and that's why I suspect most people actually buy it. What you have had is that both ways this has been going up and is paid large dividends. No doubt about that. So what they're saying, Big Tobacco is still looking for a savior. If Philip Morris International is any guide, shares of the cigarette maker plunged 18% today. Let's see. After reports showed $4.5 billion spent on 4 new products are failing to win over new customers. Sales growth of the IOs, a device that heats a tobacco plug without setting it on fire, has been slowing after initial success in Japan. Philip Morris, which sells Marlboros outside of the U.S., reported revenue excluding excise tax of $6.9 billion, less than the $7 billion projected. The shares declined. They know they declined. As global smoking rates decline, tobacco companies are trying to keep up with the performers by boosting prices and introducing new products. Philip Morris has introduced IOs into 38 markets. The chief executive officer said he envisions a world where all 1 billion smokers have moved away from cigarettes to less harmful sources of nicotine. That didn't happen. Sales growth slowed in the first quarter, proving it might not be easy for smokers to quit cigarettes after all. Yeah, it's a freaking addiction, man. It's just a terrible addiction. I think, it does you under, kills you. The rest of it is the story. Questions about IO's long-term potential has hit Philip Morris' sister, Altria Group. The two companies, which used to be one tobacco giant, have a research agreement to work together on reduced risk products. Philip Morris did raise their earnings, their earning guidance for 2018 by 5 cents, and that's pretty wild. They raised their guidance. Well, the market's certainly not believing it. That's for sure. Let's go over and we take a look at Altria Group. As they just said, that used to be one. They split it off. So Altria is a monster ABC down. Now, this came down on volume yesterday, too. Broke the B point. Let's look at this on. OK, so you get a monster ABC down. Let's see. A point is 74. B 60, so you get 14. That's $50. Right now, you're at 57. Let's see where 50's laying out. OK, so 50's laying out, going back to 2015. Now, what you have here, too, is that this is kind of, you actually have volume off the high. We made a high on a monthly with 118 million. You come off the 172. You test the 172 at 148. You blow apart again. And last month, we did 189. See, that was subtle last month. You did 189 million on a monthly. You were coming into 172. So you were pushing down. You were pushing down on price. It broke it. This is saying, what, 60? 50. This is saying it's going to 43, too. So big numbers. Let's go to Victor in Paramus, New Jersey. Hey, Victor, what's going on, brother?
Not much. I was looking for the letter T. It broke through a lot of support. I see a Fibonacci retracement at like a 0.76 at 34.43.
Okay, let's take.
It already paid out its dividend last Monday, and it popped up Tuesday. I just don't know. Should I nibble on it yet, or wait until it goes to the year low?
Let's see. We get 32 is the low for the year. 40 is the high. They're paying a 5.73% dividend. Okay, so we put this on a weekly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird stock the way. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. And then, you know, they're doing that buyout with Time Warner or whatever.
Yeah. So see this, Victor, right? That November, you get the high volume low at 32. The high of that is 34.48. I'd let it get down there first and see if it rejects it. Because if it doesn't reject 34.48 and gets into it, that can go to the bottom of that, 32.55.
Okay.
Cooking, brother.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Larry Pesavento will be hosting a 90-minute webinar this coming Tuesday, April 24th, for all Fibonacci 24/7 subscribers. Larry has teamed up with fellow trader Jim Bartoloni for this informative 90-minute workshop, taking the ABCD pattern to the next level. Throughout this 90-minute live webinar, some of the topics Larry and Bart will be discussing include the origin of the 1.618, the golden mean, the relationship between numbers and cycles, time and price, the simple math behind market moves, and much, much more. This workshop will be archived if you can't attend live, and all new subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee when signing up for Fibonacci 24/7, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today while gaining access to Larry and Bart's webinar Taking the ABCD Pattern to the Next Level, visit the front page of TFNN.com now. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look inside the what the volumes are here. This is what we have. NYSE, you're 535. That'll do about 770 as we did yesterday. NASDAQ Composite, we are at 1.7. That'll probably do about 2.2. So let's look at the Composite for a second. So, yeah, you're still going into the lows of Tuesday. And if we look at Tuesday, they're at 1.9. So this would, it's going to be interesting. In the Composite, what you want to see is you want to see less than 1.9 or 1.9 at the close. If you're bullish this market, if you're bearish this market, you'd like to see a little bit more. I don't suspect that's going to. I'm bearish the market, and I think it's going down, but. I suspect first, the way this market's traded out here today, this wants to try to get into the gaps that were left over from the 21st of March once again. Why? Because we're going against, you know, we hit a high yesterday, it was 57 million. You're going against basically 64, 65. It looks like in the SPY we will do more than that. It looks like we'll do about 70 million. And the Qs, what we have is that you're doing 31, you're going against 35. They won't put 4 million on the Qs, so the Qs are saying the same thing. You have option expiration. Now, tomorrow's going to be a big day, no doubt, because we will get volume in the markets on option expiration. That is the bottom line. You know, so we'll see where the whole thing does shake out. Small caps. Let's go take a look at the small caps. Small caps out here. We are at 156.46, and it's a decent setup. The small caps also want to go after that high again of 158.38. That's what it looks like. Yeah, we're pulling back. The volumes are on the same as the small caps. No, it's going into 18 million. They've done 14.5. We're not going to basically do 4 million coming into the close. Stay right there, folks. We get a lot of numbers coming out after the close. We are in earnings season. Dow down 87, NASDAQ off 56, S&P's off 17.5. Come right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Oh, look who we have. It's a beautiful day. Look at our man, Jim from Minneapolis. We're going to take it by storm.
Taking it by storm, baby.
I love that. That's a great saying, man. Hey, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Yourself?
Oh, man. It's been the most incredible couple of days since when I called in on Friday, Litecoin busted out of that consolidation on the 2-hour chart.
Okay.
And it just never looked back. It did a 100-point ABC up, and now it's very extended the way I look at it. But
yeah.
Holy I mean, it went up to $420 last night.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. So everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Surrender. Let go of the past. This is a great card. Whatever life takes away from you, surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, your life... Sorry about this, folks. You allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right here, right now. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 83, NASDAQ off 57, S&P's down 18. That's down 0.3%, and the Dow 0.7% in the NDX1 and in the NASDAQ Composite, 0.5% in the S&Ps. Gold contract down $5.30, trading at $13.48.20 an ounce. Let's go over to the gold contract, take a look at gold. Coming into a Friday, always dangerous in the metals market on a Friday. We've done 324,000 contracts. That's good contract volume pushing into a swing high. So it's going to be intriguing watching this. Why? Because the swing high, folks, from the 11th of April, we got up to 1369. You have 492,000 contracts. It hasn't been tested. What you actually did today is that we pushed into the higher end of this consolidation, and we had an expansion of volume. We had an expansion of volume yesterday as well as today. Today we did yesterday you did 311,000. Today you do 324. That's the way you like to see pushing into swing points. So it's going to be intriguing watching this whole thing shake out, particularly on a Friday. We go into the silver market. Silver caught a bid once again, had volume once again. Silver out here trading $17.26. The price projection on silver, because it busted out of the consolidation it's in, is just about 18 bucks. Now the cool thing is that, you know, silver contract yesterday had 177,000 contracts. That's huge contract volume. Today, 136,000. You broke your consolidation when you broke the $17.02. That sets up an $18 price target. And what I'm doing, all I'm doing there, folks, is taking the top of the consolidation, which is 17, the bottom of the consolidation, which is 16.10. You add a buck to it, 90 cents to be exact. That gets you into about the $17.90 area. The cool thing here is that silver, the swing point is 17.78. So that's saying, number one, you're going to go to the swing point, but number two, you very well could break that swing. If I go back to gold again for a second and put this on a continuous contract, this is the number you're going to be wanting to watch out here tomorrow, and this is what it is. If you take this on a continuous contract, we pull it up. Oh, 1 second. I'll do it this way. We pull it up. Okay, I'll do this in the next break. Bonds and notes, notes and bonds. 10-year note down 9 ticks, 119.27. 30-year bond off a full point, plus 3 ticks, 143.26. The TLT, we're going to do the TLT first. So the TLT is the 20-year bond fund, plus we go down 98 cents. You were coming into 12 million shares. You did 9 million. We got into the price point of 118.81. We closed at 119.32. Going to be a close call here. We closed at 119.32. It is a rejection of lower price. It does have lighter volume. I want to see it a little bit higher. The reason being is that we're right into where the gap was from the March 21st to March 22nd. It pulled back. It did have lighter volume in the pullback, and the TLT did reject lower price. We went up 50 cents from the low. We take a look at the 30-year, and the 30-year looking pretty good also, meaning that you came down hard, came down to 143.12, closed at 143.25. Did 350,000 contracts, but you're going into 457, and you did reject that lower price. That being said, when you look at the 10, what it's saying is that also basically, did have tremendously lighter volume. We're talking about lighter volume in a huge way. Then what we had, we just didn't push away from the lower price as much as I would like to see. We went from 119.23. We closed at 119.27. Bottom line, that looks to me like it's going to go after that again tomorrow morning. It's 1.4. King dollar out here. Bottom line, caught a bid, held price coming into the close, which it hasn't done for a long period of time. We closed at the price point of 89,615. You didn't close over a little swing, but bottom line, I suspect we had another 1,000 contracts versus the swing, 24,000 versus 23. That's saying that this number of 90.27, that swing high, once again wants to get tested. So you get a lot of moving pitches out here in a big way. Philip Morris, that got smoked beyond belief down here today. That stock was down 18%, down $15.80. What you also had inside the NDX 100, the chip stocks, they got taken to the cleaners. You had the Lam Research was down 6.5%. You had AMAT off 6.4%. You had CLAC down 5.5%. If we go look at lamb, and this is a heads up for the market in general. Now we've been getting confirmed ABC structures on the way down in the chips, and the chips led the NDX up, led them back down. In fact, the first equity that went down that led everyone down was NVIDIA. We'll pull that up in a second. Lamb Research was the second one. Lamb is a mess right now. Lamb, the B points, 188.09. 189 rather. We hit 188. We blew it away with volume. That's an ABC structure on the way down. You got AMAT is also another ABC structure on the way down. AMAT went down 354. Your B point had 15 million shares that blew that away with 23 million. If we go to the SMHs, we take a look at the SMHs. SMHs are coming into its swing, and you talk about coming into the swing with volume. So check this out. If you have my book, The Art of Time in the Trade, when you look at that swing sector, you know that whether you're going down or you're going up, if you're pushing into that level and you see volume expansions, your probability gets much higher, you're going to blow that away. You talk about volume expansion here. We're going into 6.9 million. SMHs did 16.5. And on top of that is a high volume low laying out there at 93. 93 is coming at us in these SMHs. Stay right there, folks. Going to be coming right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow finished down 83, Nasdaq off 57, S&P's down to 17. Skechers, you talk about, you know, personality stocks, folks, something else. Skechers is an absolute personality stock. And what I mean by that is this. It seems that no matter how many times some of these stocks come back from the dead, when they get toasted again, man, they get toasted. So if we look at Skechers, let's put this up first on a 10-year. What you're going to see is that bottom line, you know, 2012, Skechers is at $3. Well, here, we'll go back earlier. 2010, Skechers is at $14. Gets down to $3, right, in 2012. Goes all the way up to $54. That's in 2015. In 2016, it's at $18. We just did a nice bounce, got all the way up to the price point of $43. Now, on a monthly basis, you were going against your downdraft with $56 million versus the downdraft of $128. It closed at $42. It's trading at $34. Toasted, roasted, all of the above. Let's see where 34 is. 34. This is sick. Let me put this back a little bit more. Look at this. This is where it's always dangerous. 34. Yeah, right where it broke topside in October. So now let's see what they have to say. Okay, so the estimate earnings were 74 cents. They made 75. That looks pretty good. That's the first quarter. Oh, it's all about the second quarter. So here you go. Second quarter. Estimate was 54 cents. Now they're seeing 38 to 43. That, you talk about dramatic. That's about as dramatic as you get. Bottom line, you can see what you have here. When shoes are hot, shoes are hot. When these things get smoked, man, they get smoked beyond belief. So let's see. Yeah, it's footwear for men's, women, children. Let me see the amount of gross sales they got in here. Look at that, big numbers though, pretty amazing. Yeah, so it's a company that's been growing, that's for sure. Well, it's going to pull back now, but 2014 they did $2.4 billion. 2017, $4.2 billion. So I guess when you have that type of fluctuation, that's a big number, man. They did $1.8 billion more in 4 years. That, no doubt, is a big number. And profitability was out there. 2017 they made $1.78 a share. They planned on making $2.29 a share in 2018. Now that's not going to fly. What they do have, North America is 1/3 of their business. They're growing that business by 10% over a 3-year period. Internationally, they're growing quite a bit, 38% over a 3-year period. That's $1.9 billion, so that's a big number. The wholesale business is 35% of their business. Retail's 21. Domestic wholesale is that's international wholesale is 35%. Domestic retail is 7, and domestic wholesale rather is 7, and retail is 21. Big numbers though. There's no two ways about that. Huge numbers. Let's go take a look at the oil market. So oil out here today, folks. You got to a price point. You know, oil market's been on fire big time. Pulled back slightly today. You got to $69 today. You did 89,000 contracts. So let's see what we have. Oh, we're rolling contracts. So yeah, see, this is an ABC up, man. This thing, there's not much between here and we pull this back a bit. What you're going to see is that because of how we came down in 2014, bottom line is that this thing's going right back up into that area. And the only thing that can slow it down a bit is $75. That was the low of 2011. The low of 2012 was 77. You know, we were up here 3 months, broke topside, and this is because of how fast we came down, folks. So you can expect it's a lot. Well, let's put it this way: you don't have as much resistance on the way back up. So the XLF. Let's look at the XLF. What we had is that last Friday, J.P. Morgan kicked off the earnings for banks. They smoked J.P. Morgan. Goldman Sachs was Tuesday. They smoked Goldman Sachs. Yesterday was Morgan Stanley. They smoked Morgan Stanley. So first, let's go back to J.P. Morgan to see what's happening with J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan today is up $2.40, so that's going to stay in the consolidation. It's in the bar from the downdraft, so we were at 111, 115's game. Goldman Sachs. We take a look at Goldman. Sideways move. Oh, that's interesting. Goldman can't get out of its way. So Morgan Stanley, MS. Morgan Stanley's caught a bid. Yeah, the high of yesterday, Morgan Stanley was 55. It closed at 53.26. This has some decent volume, actually, going into that. That being said, I suspect that what you have here is that you get a consolidation. It's still going against the 22nd of March as well as February 5th. Both of those areas right there, folks, are huge supply lines. That's where the downdraft was. Now, these bonds, this is what's going to get intriguing here. So picture, oh, here, let me just do NVIDIA first. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, that pulled back $7 today. Volume wasn't bad. That's on the daily. We put this on a weekly, and your high volume spike hasn't been tested yet, which it will be. That's 204. That's from the week. So yeah, that's the danger point right there for sure. That, you know, it hasn't been tested, has light volume highs, high volume lows. That baby wants to get into that area. And that's with the fact that you had Lam Research. AMAT, in fact, is one of the big ones. For the reason that the difference in AMAT, let me just see. Did AMAT come out with numbers today? I got to just see this for a second. No, they're coming out the 17th. So this was about Taiwan Semi. Taiwan Semi came out with numbers. Bottom line is that the numbers weren't good. They figured that they're not selling enough product. AMAT, now, AMAT builds, well, they not only build the plants, it's a lot of their equipment that is inside the chip plants. As to getting guidance going forward, what happens, which is pretty cool for AMAT numbers, is that when they come out with their numbers, you want to know how big is their backlog. Because the backlog is a big deal, because these plants take a long time to build, so they order the equipment a long time before that. And you can see in their numbers that 2014, they did 9.1 billion. 2017, they did 14.5. Big number, right? They're growing by 23% over a 3-year period. So that, all of that bottom line was good for the market, is good to a certain point, meaning that the chips had a great run. And this particular point, it looks to me like you got ABC structures on the way down inside the chip business. That is a huge heads up for the NDX 100. That's how that comes down. Let's go take a look at the CLF, one of the tigers out here. This is Cleveland Cliffs, iron ore mining company. The low is 556, highs 915. Okay, so we're down from 915. Let's put this on a weekly. Yeah, this still has volume at lows. $6.40. Yeah, I wouldn't be getting into this. Yeah, this still has volume at lows. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Would you like exposure to the foreign currency markets without any downside risk to your principal? Then consider the Petro Currencies Market Safe CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD leverages the performance of 4 equally weighted currencies from these top oil-producing countries: Brazil, Canada, Mexico, and Russia. This CD features a 200% leverage factor, which means that your potential upside payment will be double the currency's average performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And if the returns are negative, your principal's 100% protected. Returns are based on CD performance with no correlation to the price of oil, and there is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. The April 19th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA FSB, member FDIC.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go over to Apple and take a look at Apple. So you had Taiwan Semi come out and basically bring their forecast down. The intriguing thing, I just looked this up and over in Taiwan, and the stock didn't go down. But I'll bring this up in a second. Apple. What do you have with Apple? Bottom line, Apple wants lower price. We made a high out here yesterday. 20 million shares. Guess what? You're down on 34 million. You got a high volume low laying out here at 150. That's on your daily. On your weekly, same type of setup. You know, that high volume low is sticking out like a sore thumb. So the high of that low is 163. The low is 150. Apple's going to be coming out with their numbers on May 1st at 4:30. So bottom line is that you know, expect what you're going to see here is that we're going to see more selling pressure there. So let's go take a look at Taiwan Semi. Now this is the stocks in Asia, folks, trade by numbers. You can see this 2330. Now it's interesting. So this traded. Look at this. This is amazing, actually. You know, they come out. Taiwan Semi was up 650 last night. And what we don't know, I'm wondering if after their market closed, that come out here. I could do this another way. Let me see how that works. 243. No, it's, well, no, it's, this, now this has a high volume low laying out at it's the February 6th time frame, 234. Yeah, we got to 236, so it looks like it wants to go back there, but it is pretty intriguing that that was the company that came out with the forecast that they were going to be slowing down, but yet in Taiwan they didn't nail them down versus over in the U.S., what you had is that you had some fast and furious selling inside the chip stocks, and that was right across the board. Let's go take a look at the XL. So we were at the XLF. We were doing the banks. So what the XLF did out here today is this. XLF was up 42 cents. It did 76 million shares. Now we're coming into option expiration, but this is also saying that the XLF is going to go after the last high, and that's where J.P. Morgan had come out with the numbers. The XLF had actually opened to 27. It opened to 28.22, sold off from that point, but it looks like it's going to actually go right back up to that point. We'll see what kind of a test we got. That's how that's set up right now. Some of the other higher volume stocks in this market out here, we take a look at you had Bank of America. That was down. Bank of America was up 65 cents. Ford Motor was down 22. Had Intel off 139. Let's go look at Intel. So Intel, $52.22. Still not bad. That came down at light volume. Yep, that came down at light volume. Not a big deal. GE. So tomorrow morning, folks, before the open, GE's coming out with numbers. GE up 33 cents today, $13.99. This is going to be intriguing to see what this happens here. So GE was going into $13.95, 83 million versus 139. Not enough. Not enough. Put this on a weekly. What do we have? $13.95. 257. Hey, we'll see where it shakes out. You know, this can get a small pop up to 1423. 1423 is where we came. Well, this thing has been down hard for so long, it's pretty amazing, actually. If I bring this back, watch this. If you bring this back 5 years, it's been a one-way trade. 5 years ago, stocks at 33. That was, well, not even 5 years ago. It's only 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. 33 to 13.99. Imagine that. And you get a high volume low. What you do have in GE, and this is where the real, it's $11, I believe, the high of the low. Yeah, 11.35. Thus far, we've hit 12.73. And what is sticking out like a sore thumb there is the low that was established in 2009. The amazing part about it, actually, when you think about it, is that you had a high of GE in 2000 of $60, and it never looked back. Never. Let's go take a look at their gross sales. GE, between cooking the books and the amount of companies that they have, you're going to see in the gross sales, they're contracting. 2014, they had sales of 148 billion. 2017, 122. So that's what, 26 billion less. That's 500 million less a week, a month rather. The businesses they're in, they're contracting in the United States on a 3-year basis, minus 3%, so 1% a year. Europe, they're going up 2% a year. Asia, they're going up 1% a year. Middle East, they're going up 2% a year. The businesses that they have left, this is kind of where they're at. Their power business is the biggest business. That's contributing 36 billion gross. Aviation is next with 27. Healthcare is 19. Oil and gas is 17. Other is 25. That's quite a bit of other business. Imagine that. So they put under the other category. This is what a mess GE is. 25 billion in sales. They can't even break it out. So when you get a conglomerate, folks, and you can't break out basically, 20% of your gross sales, that's a problem. Because what tends to happen is that you get the aspect of every one of those sectors, whatever that is. Well, guess what? You need people that know what they're doing running in that sector. And, of course, if you're concentrated in certain sectors, well, you get the expertise in certain sectors, makes a huge difference. Let's go over and take a look at the cryptocurrency world. So in the Bitcoin world out here today, no action. If we take a look at highs to the lows out here today, it's pretty amazing, actually. We had a low out here today of 8,096, a high of 8,297. Bottom line, not much action there. The volume, they did good volume, though. They did, at the CBOE, they did 3,900 coins. At the CME, they did, let's see, they did 12,000 coins. They did 2,600 contracts. Ripple was up 3%. You had Ethereum up 6%. Litecoin was up 4%. Bitcoin Cash just staying right there, basically flat. Let's go see what Qualcomm is saying. Qualcomm reapplied for approval from China's Ministry of Commerce for acquisition of NXP Semis, which demanded a July deadline for closing of the deal as regulators required additional concessions. The two companies have extended their agreement until July 25th. Qualcomm said in the statement after the close today, if they hadn't attained Chinese sign-off by then, Qualcomm will pay NXP the previously agreed termination fee of $2 billion, scrapping the more than $40 billion deal, which has been pending for 18 months. So can you imagine that? Let me just look at this for a second. NXP. Yeah, stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Imagine you pay someone $2 billion when you can't do the deal, a termination deal. These companies make so much money. It's amazing. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools, as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow finished down 83, NASDAQ off 57, 57 rather. S&P's off 17. We get into the, let's go over to Amazon. So Amazon makes the deal with Best Buy yesterday, going to sell the Fire TVs. Amazon's trading up $29. We are at $15.56. Your high in Amazon is $16.17, while your low is $15.78. So what I do expect we're going to see here, the way this is trading right now, it looks like it's going to try to get into the low of the high at least. Why? Because we did 6.4 million shares today. That high is a low volume high. It's not that great. It's 6.5 million though. So you're coming up into that area, and you get some, you got an expansion of volume. Google, we're going to take a look at Google. Google out here, up 15 bucks today. Now that got over a swing and has light volume, but still a little strength here. Google's going into, we're at 1,087. Google's going to need a lot more volume. 2.8, you're going to get 1.7 you're coming into. That's cool. Next week, big number next week too, because we do, yeah, April 23rd, aftermarket, Google's coming out. Facebook, we take a look at Facebook. Look at even Facebook. So short volume, 21 million shares, but you know, up $1.74. I think Facebook's going to continue to have a hard time at this 168 area. 168.65 to be exact. Right now you're at 168.10. Microsoft. So what do we have with Microsoft? Microsoft's laying at the highs. Now this is going to get really intriguing with Microsoft. So your first high in Microsoft, February 1st rather, $96.07. You do 47 million shares. Next high, 97.24. You did 35 million. So watch, 35 million, 47 million. Today, 23 million. Now, what you have here, this is pretty cool how this is set up, because you can take a look at the highs versus your lows, and what you do out here. So the consolidation is 96 down to 88. The volume's at the lows down here. So we'll see whether it can break topside number one, but when you have a nice channel that's set up like that, more than likely you're going to basically pull back down to where the lows are. Microsoft's coming out with their numbers on the 26th. So next week, 26th I believe is next Thursday. So you stay tuned right there. That's going to be a big number day, no doubt. Now, as you come over to TFNN, folks, each and every day, our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, he kicks us off. 9 o'clock in the morning. Great. Program number one, he's going to be doing a workshop for his subscribers. That is going to be on the 24th. He has, in fact, at one point, this guy was a student of his, Jim Bartoloni. He's had him on a few times. Jim is going to walk you through, with Larry right beside him, from 6 to 7:30 at night, taking the ABC patent to the next level. If you'd like to get into that workshop, just come over to our website at TFNN. Larry's newsletter 24/7 comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You're going to get a great newsletter. You're going to get a great workshop. Now, I'm going to stay right here at the front page. Why? Because check this out. This is pretty cool, man. Andy, who's coming up next, right? This is his 250th edition of his radio program, and of his newsletter too. No, of his newsletter. My God, man, time just goes so quick. So if he's done 250 editions of his weekly newsletter, that means he's done 500 radio programs. How's that? Pretty cool. So Andy is doing a special also. Starts today. He did this course. It's an outstanding course. It's the 12 essential lessons for trading commodities. You can come over. You can get his newsletter, 30-day money-back guarantee also. If you do that, and this is a special, let's see, I just want to make sure I give you the right deal here, meaning how long this is going to last. All subscribers to either of Andy's newsletters, the Technometric Commodity Report or the Daily Essentials, will receive access to Andy's 12-part commodity trading future as long as they remain an active subscriber. Sign up today to take advantage of this lesson. Andy is, so you're going to get the, I believe what ends up happening, that's what I got to find out, whether you get, I believe you're going to get the whole 12 lessons right off the bat by just signing up. Let me just go back to make sure I get this thing right. Yeah, you get access And it's today only. Here's the catch. Okay, here we go, folks. Not the catch, but this is the number. Okay, so today is his 250th issue. If you do this today, you're going to get that course, because that course, folks, went for like $650 or $550. So bottom line is that you go over today, sign up for his newsletter, great newsletter. Both of them are great newsletters. If you're an investor, I'd suggest you get the Tech to Commodity Report. That's the investment newsletter. If you're a trader, you get the Daily Essentials. Then you sign up today, guess what? You're going to get that whole bonus. So pretty cool bonus, no doubt about that. Coming into option expiration, what we had out here is that you pull back. You had light volume on the pullback. What that sets up coming into option expiration is that this thing more than likely is going to go into the gap again and try to get into this gap from the S&P. That day is the 21st of March. If we take a look at this cash S&P, what you're going to see, the cash S&P, that number is 2709. Right now we're 2693. We hit 2717 yesterday. You closed at 2708. So you went into it. Failure on price, failure on volume. Guess what? You come back down today. Light volume pullback, rejects lower price, has some action, option expiration. Just totally makes sense that, guess what? Wants to go into that level again. The real kicker tomorrow for us in the metals market, currency market, it's going to be like, what is this dollar going to do? The gold contract, it looks all right. It doesn't look like it's going to break down. Silver looks great. Dollar index, though, bottom line is that that dollar index does look like it's going to go after that swing high. If the dollar index has any strength, and we'll see, then that could be problematic for gold once again. Platinum. Let's go take a look at platinum. I haven't looked at platinum for a long period of time. Platinum out here. Let's see. This spot, platinum. There we go. So platinum, we're at 936. That got to 954 today. Trading 936. Let's see what this is looking like. Well, they'd have to break below this 936. It's not bad. Still building cars. And in that context, I want to say hi to our man Carlos. And Carlos was sending you lots of white light out there, lots of prayers. Hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you get some energy out there, man. Every time I think about you every day. I particularly think about you bringing up that platinum all the time, or the S&Ps. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials. Down 83, NASDAQ off 57, S&P's down 17. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. And, of course, our man, Mr. Andy Heck's going to be coming up at 5 o'clock. We're all on a problem with you.
Larry Pesavento will be hosting a 90-minute webinar this coming Tuesday, April 24th for all Fibonacci 24/7 subscribers. Larry has teamed up with fellow trader Jim Bartoloni for this informative 90-minute workshop, taking the ABCD pattern to the next level. Throughout this 90-minute live webinar, some of the topics Larry and Bart will be discussing include the origin of the 1.618, the golden mean, the relationship between numbers and cycles, time and price, the simple math behind market moves, and much, much more. This workshop will be archived if you can't attend live, and all new subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee when signing up for Fibonacci 24/7, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to sign up for Fibonacci 24/7 today while gaining access to Larry and Bart's webinar Taking the ABCD Pattern to the Next Level, visit the front page of TFNN.com now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Lance Armstrong, they were, if you remember, he was riding for the post office. Bottom line is that all about the enhancing drugs. Bottom line is that he came out later and said that, he did confess to using steroids. And so what that set off was a big lawsuit, and they just settled it this afternoon. So they were starting to go to trial on May 7th. Bottom line is that the damages were supposedly going to be in the $100 million level. It just says here that the federal government just settled with them for $5 million. Lance Armstrong reached a $5 million settlement with the federal government, a whistleblower lawsuit that had sought $100 million in damages from the cyclist who was stripped of his record 7 Tour de France victories after admitting that he used performance-enhancing drugs throughout much of his career. So bottom line is that that part of his deal is done, and I'm sure he's elated that that is over. Stay right there, folks. We get our man, Mr. Andy Heck, coming up next, growling a problem with you. We are going into option expiration tomorrow. Let's just go over and look at Europe quickly before we get our man, Mr. Andy Heck, up. So the UK was up $11 today. No big deal there. The DAX in Germany, that was down today. Let's go to the Nikkei in Japan. That's going to be opening in 4.5 hours. Nikkei gave it up in price last night. So the Nikkei got up to 22,360. Couldn't handle that. Hong Kong, let's see where we're at Hong Kong, because these markets are going to be important. They're always important, but I suspect even next week they're going to be more important. Why? Because what we have done is that we've come up to quite a retracement, and it's having a hard time getting through the downdraft from March 21st. That's where we're at right now. Yeah, if we look at the Hang Seng looks like it can get a little bit higher. What we did out here today is that you had pulled back. We had lighter volume in the pullback, rejected price. That's saying that tomorrow morning, don't be surprised the future's up a bit and wants to try to get into those highs. Stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. Andy Heck, coming up next. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. Look forward to speaking right back here, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Go get them, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.